Medicinal cannabis has finally made its way to the bluegrass state of Kentucky. And so, because education is elevation, I believe now is as best time as any to dive right in to the meat and potatoes of 280E. What is that? It's a pain in the you know what for everybody in the cannabis industry. Let me give you a better example, right? Let's say that you have a lemonade stand and you sell cups of lemonade to people and you make some money from selling the cups, but you also have to spend money on on lemons and sugar and cups to make the lemonade. And so let's say you made $100 selling this lemonade and you spent $50 to buy the sugar, the cups, and the lemons, right? So the IRS will come along and say, well, because you made $50 after all of your expenses, you will pay tax on the $50, which is your net business income, because that's how business works, right? Easy peasy. Well, if you're selling illegal drugs, and before you argue with me, cannabis is still considered illegal on a federal level, even though it is fully legal under state law. Hold my hand and walk with me now. So, if you made $100 selling cannabis, you will pay tax on the money that you earned, not the money after expenses. Okay? You can't deduct any of your expenses related to buying drugs or growing cannabis or processing the cannabis, right? If you made $100 selling cannabis and you spent $50 to grow and process it, you're still going to pay tax on $100 because that is what 280E does. This rule applies to anyone that is selling illegal drugs or participating in illegal activities, even if it is fully legal under state law. So this just means that people in the cannabis industry overall are being forced to pay more in taxes than any other business simply because they can't deduct their expenses like other businesses can. They can only deduct the cost of goods sold. So, to better explain that, if you were a dispensary owner, right, you could write off the amount that you use to purchase the medicinal cannabis, but you cannot deduct amounts that you paid employees or that you paid for rent for the facility or that you paid for packaging this medicinal cannabis. 280E sucks, and it's been around since 1982, and cannabis advocates and people in this cannabis industry have been wanting someone to step up and do something about it for years, and hopefully it'll change soon. But if you're getting into this industry, you need to educate yourself not only about compliance and regulations and taxes and accounting that affects the cannabis industry, but you also need to understand everything about 280E and how you have to grapple with it. There is no way around it.